Alright, so hi y'all, it's Tiffany. As you can tell, I'm at home in my pajamas and robe with Nudie. And I wanted to talk about today why I got off of dialysis early. And it's so completely, utterly ridiculous, I couldn't keep to myself. So here we go. And like they all say on YouTube now, let's jump right into it. Okay. So now, most of you know I'm a dialysis patient. My kidneys don't work. And usually I have only 3 areas that really make me leave dialysis. That's one, if I have an infiltration, which means the needle goes through the vein, which hurts like hell. I get nauseous and get sick, which has happened before, which is embarrassing. And a migraine. I suffer from migraine headaches every so often, and if I have one, I have to go home immediately. Because I think I've mentioned this before, that if somebody witnesses me having a migraine and aren't familiar with seeing me have a migraine, my migraines present like a stroke. So I have slurring, I have drooling, it looks like a full-blown stroke, which is ridiculous because I'm only 31 years old. Do not say I look 31. And, it really is, those instances where I have to leave. That's typically why I get off. I'm not like Noisy Negro and get off because I'm hungry. I'm always hungry, so what's the point of me getting off early? Finish the treatment. But today was rare. I got off because I was too cold. And if you follow my Twitter, I said all of the time while I was in dialysis live tweeting, I'm cold. I'm cold. There's a fly. I'm cold. And, it was very, very annoying because, other than me being cold, I could have tolerated the treatment. So I know at first somebody's going to say, Tiffany, why didn't you dress more warmly? I'm in Texas in May. It's damn near June. It would be ridiculousness outside of the facility to have on long sleeves, something thick, something horrible. I just lost my lighting. And, it makes utterly no sense to make myself sweat like that and have heat stroke for the rest of the day when something is just 3 hours that I really have to tolerate. So, somebody else would probably say, well, Tiffany, why don't you carry a blanket with you? Okay, so here's the deal. I carry my laptop with me all the time in a bag, which is not too light. My laptop is thin, but it is pretty heavy. And, I have to carry that around if I leave the facility to go someplace to get something to eat. And I just can't be that weighed down with a blanket, a bag, a laptop, yada, 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 whatever else I need. And before they started getting slap happy with these fucking rules, they would say, you could leave your bag at your chair and go walk off somewhere, And now apparently you can't do that because it's a liability issue. And basically, I could be in a room with 30 other people, put my bag down, it disappears, nobody saw anything. So I have to carry my shit with me anytime I go somewhere. And a blanket just hampers me. They have what I usually call a bum warmer. The seat does warm up. I can't use that because if I'm cold and I'm shivering and I turn that thing on, which basically only heats the back of me, which is touching the chair, it will give me a muscle cramp in my back, which hurts like hell. So here's some more utter stupidity for you to chew on. We're in a building, a medical building. It's a place of business. It has employees, customers, whatever. I'm in the United States. The medical business in the United States is a business. I'm not a patient. I'm a customer. And it's silly because I'm at home right now. I don't know if you can actually hear it in the recording, But I have my fan running, and behind me, out of frame, is my air conditioner. That's a pile of crap. My air conditioner is running. But, I'm at home. I can put on as many layers as I want. I'm sitting on my bed. I can bundle up as well as I want. If I get too cold, I can turn my fan off. I can turn the air conditioner off. They don't have that option at dialysis. Apparently, the way I was told, or maybe perhaps lied to, I don't know, the nurses told me that, boy, I look cute today. I didn't wear that much makeup today either. I look cute. I digress. They can't touch the thermostat. Like any other place of business, I can turn it to 75, I can turn it to 68, I can turn it to whatever the hell I want to turn it to. They can't do that. First of all, I've seen the thermostat. It has a little plastic cage around it so you can't get at it. And what's even worse is that nobody in the building has control over it. Nobody in the building can change the fucking temperature. It's at headquarters, wherever in the fuck headquarters is. I have no idea where headquarters is. It's somewhere in the United States. But, I don't even know if it's in Texas or what. But these people regulate it. So, we had a rainstorm over the weekend. It's cooler. So, they should adjust the temperature accordingly. They did not do that. So, I was sitting in treatment, freezing the whole time. And this is what's horrible about treatment. It's not the needles, it's not the sticking. I'm always getting my ass ridden about my damn blood pressure. Now, before I got put on the machine, my blood pressure was beautiful. 160 something over 88, I believe is what the nurse said. Which is still high, but it's better, much, much better for me. And all of my blood pressures consistently after that, red is too high. Because I was trembling, and as the blood pressure cuff, I think I took a selfie with my blood pressure cuff on. I couldn't be still while it was reading my pressure, so it kept coming out higher than what it probably actually was. But I mean, I was trembling, and I had absolutely no way to warm myself or keep myself warm, because let me tell you like this: in dialysis, there's only 2 fucking settings that the system is. It's as cold as the Arctic, with penguins waddling around, or it's hot as hell. Because I did have to leave one afternoon early, not because I was cold, but because I was too fucking hot, and I started to suffer heat exhaustion in the chair in fucking dialysis. Because it was like 90 degrees outside, and whoever in the fuck messed with the thermostat in headquarters had it at 88. 88 degrees inside on a 100-degree day. We were dying in there. I was sweating. I was dripping sweat, and my entire back was soaked, and it was awful. And then when I asked to get let off, they didn't want to let me off. And I came home, and I immediately went to sleep. And my friend texted me hours later, "Tiff, are you okay? Are you in the hospital? Where are you?" Bitch, I'm sleeping. I'm exhausted. And, it's ridiculous that this is the reason why I had to come home. Physically, nothing's wrong with me. My sticks were fine. My treatment was fine. I was just incredibly cold. And it makes absolutely no sense to me that they can't have somebody take care of the thermostat. Now, before we get into that, there's also the issue of, and this upset a whole lot of people, a lot of the other patients are elderly patients, so they're naturally cold anyway. And some of them used to have electric blankets where you had to plug an electric blanket in. There's actually an outlet beside every chair in dialysis. We aren't allowed to do. We aren't allowed to use those. I can't even plug in my laptop. I have to run off a battery all the time. And they have, I don't know who the hell engineered this to be this way, behind every machine is a little thing where, you know, all the excess fluid that comes off of you is siphoned away. It's right next to the fucking outlet. So if anything goes wrong with the machine, it spits water at the outlet, which is ridiculous. And they're like, oh, that's a shock hazard. But here's what's funny. I just mentioned the bun warmer on the seat a minute ago. Guess what's plugged into the plug? The fucking chair. So I don't know. Okay, so it's okay for me to have the chair that my ass is in possibly go haywire and do me up like I'm in Sing Sing at the electric chair, and I don't even get a final meal. Or, you know, I can't plug my laptop in. I've seen people with their phones dying because they can't plug their phone in. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous how, oh, my laptop is a liability hazard, but the fucking chair is not. So, you know, I'm not stupid. Don't let all of this fool you. I'm smart. I always say that I'm smart. I have a 153 IQ, which I do. I took the SAT when I was 13. I'm not stupid over here. Don't let me with all Michael Jackson and Charles Jackson, ooh, 3 T, fool you. I'm smart. And I think it's really stupid. And basically, I'm the only one that is saying anything, causing a row. I don't know. Maybe I had like a picketer as an ancestor or something. I don't know. But here I am. And I think it's stupid. And I'm still trying to figure out who in the hell to complain to exactly about the heating cooling arrangement. Because we're going into summer, which the coolness is fine. But the coolness always overlaps in the winter and you're freezing in the damn place. And the heat from wintertime always overlaps in the spring, so you're sweltering. There is no middle ground. There is no, ooh, this is fine. No, you're too hot or too cold all the damn time. And don't even get me started about all the colds that go around in there. It's sheer and utter lunacy. Idiocy, stupidity, I hate it. And it gets on my nerves. I'm so tired. Okay, so I'm through. I want to rest before my film Gone with the Wind comes on tonight in like 4 hours. Alright, so that's it for me. Yeah, have a good day. And later. And now I can take my makeup off.